What's going on, everyone? It's RGB here again. Hope you are having a great day today. So, in this video, I'm going to test the PS3 emulator on this low-end Mali GPU device. And for this test, we're taking a look at the new version of the APS3E emulator, an open-source PlayStation 3 emulator that's officially available right on the Google Play Store, also the stable one. Well, you already know about this emulator. It's a port based on the RPCS3 source code of the famous PS3 emulator. And in this update, they have made a lot of improvements and fixes. And these are the requirements. Currently, 1.32 build version is the latest. So anyways, I already installed this emulator, but before we get started, let me show you. The phone right now here is powered by the Unisoc T7250 Tiger. It's a pretty low-end SoC as of today, which has a single-core Mali G57 GPU. You can also take a look at those clock speeds. And this phone comes with 6 gigs of RAM. Maybe it will hold up, I guess. Always remember, if a processor is weak, then there's no use of having more RAM unless for holding more tasks. So anyways, before we get started, first of all, we need the PS3 firmware file, which is kind of very important, like the same we do with the RPCSX emulator. As usual, download the PS3 update PUP file, which is required during setup. Now let's open APS3E emulator. Alright, we are on the welcome screen. Go to next. So here we need to import the PS3 firmware file, PS3 update file. It's installing. Alright, it's installed. Now set the ISO directory path, where you copied game package files. I already copied them to a separate folder. Now here, select the font file as from firmware by default. And that's it. The emulator will automatically select the most suitable configuration. And there we go, we are on the main screen. Now refresh the list, so all the package files got imported here. Still, if you have any issues, then again install the firmware file and then import the package game files. And here, as usual, we have key mappers, all the keys with values, and there's also a vibrator option. You can enable it if you want haptics. Let's go to the About section. Alright, everything is configured to the device hardware, the CPU architecture, cores. Here also enable the log. And the GPU driver is also configured. The Mali G57 with Vulkan 1.3 driver, with Vulkan driver extensions. Here, everything will be run using the system driver for Mali users. But for Snapdragon users, you can use the custom GPU driver as well. And that's it. These are some changes. Now let's jump into settings. Let's go to core. Here I'll leave everything to default. PPU threads set to 2, compile threads to 4, and everything. Let's go to video, and here, renderer is set to Vulkan. Set resolution to lowest 480p. Frame limit set to auto. Set shader precision to low quality. Enable write color, depth, read color, depth buffers as shown to avoid graphical glitches in some titles. Enable stretch to fit display. And let's go to this option. Enable performance overlay if you want to display FPS graphs. And finally, on Vulkan settings, unfortunately, we can't use a custom driver on Mali GPU. And here, leave everything to default. That's it. Now let's load a game. So for the first time, the compilation process takes a bit more time based on the performance of the device. You can also see, they also improved the controller layout without missing any buttons. I'll also attach a cooler to the phone. And there we go, it's loaded. For the first time, it's very glitchy. So let's restart it again so that it will preload all the cached shaders from the disk. Loads the SPU cache faster. And there we go, it looks okay now. We are getting like 10 to 12 FPS for a low-end device like this. Well, it's a Unisoc. The performance on this is quite similar to my old Galaxy A30, if you've seen in my recent videos. That one has the Mali G71, which is a very old GPU. Well, the Mali G57 is still the better choice, especially on Helio G99 or Dimensity 6300 like entry-level devices. Those have 2-core Mali G57, which are a bit faster. Alright, now let's load the God of War 3. It's already lagging here, so I'll fast forward this video. And here we are getting like 1 FPS. And there we go, finally, we loaded the God of War 3 on a low-end Mali GPU for the first time. It's very slow, like look at the FPS guys. So here, I'll fast forward a bit. Alright, And there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this test. The APS3E emulator is definitely improving with every update. It's good to see progress, and at least it's unplayable or somewhat playable even on low-end Mali GPU phone like this now. So anyway, I'll also soon test it on other devices as well, so make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.